Hello, Mauricio. Jeff Bradley here. I hope I am pronouncing your name correctly, and I want to thank you for replying to my Facebook post. So I'm looking at your website here, and I wanted to make you this video because I have found a lot of very exciting things that I want to point out to you. First of all, whoever built your website did a really great job. It's structurally laid out really well for optimizing. However, there are a few key things that need to be corrected, and I'm going to show you what those things are. And then after that, I am going to show you some things about your competitors' websites and your competitors' overall ranking situation that I think are going to really excite you and give you lots of optimism and hope. So let's get started, and I'm going to try and make this under 10 minutes if possible. This can get real technical, and I'll try not to do that. The best scenario would be for us to have a phone conversation. Then I could go into a little bit more detail about things and answer your questions along the way too. So let's get started. So what I did was, first of all, I noticed right off the bat that you have separate pages for all of your services, and that is fantastic. Google looks at a website as, actually it looks at each page as its own separate website. And when you have separate services on separate pages, that opens up a wide range of possibilities for us. We can now find the best keywords for each one of these services and then drive traffic to those services individually. And there are lots and lots of high traffic volume keywords associated with all of your services here. So this is very exciting. But to start with, Google places a real high importance on your home page. And so this is your home page, so we want to take a look at that first. And generally what happens in a situation like yours, when you have all kinds of different services, we need to find the highest traffic volume keyword that acts as an umbrella keyword that kind of covers all of the services that you offer. So the highest traffic volume keyword of that kind for you right now is home remodeling contractors. And in your area, that's getting about 1,000 searches a month. So even if you were able to capture, say, 1% of those searches, that would be like 10 new jobs a month, which would be pretty good growth for a lot of businesses. Lots of businesses would probably have to hire new staff and buy new equipment to handle that kind of growth. So that's quite substantial. That's a lot of traffic happening. So I looked at your area, and you're also in a very unique situation. You're up here in Vero Beach, and that's, I think, under 20,000 population, I believe, about 16,000, somewhere in there. However, you are nearby some major population areas. Port St. Lucie being the closest one, I am surprised, almost 250,000 people in population there. That's pretty significant, sizable location area. Now, Fort Pierce is closer to you, and that's about 40,000, I think. So all of these population areas have lots of potential for new business for you. So what we would have to do is figure out where or what areas we want to target first. So I'm just going to assume that, and I could be wrong, but I want to assume that Port St. Lucie might be the top area that you'd like to target first. So let's just go with that for the sake of this video. And I'm going to show you what I found. I went to Google, and using that search term that I told you earlier, home remodeling contractors, I used the search word home remodeling contractors, Port St. Lucie, Florida. And so here's page 1. And I looked, and I could not find your website listed anywhere. So I went back as far as page 10, and I could have missed it perhaps. But anyway, the point is 92% of people who look on Google never look past page 1. So all of your future customers are here on page 1. So let's have a word about page 1 real quickly. The first thing you see is the map section. Now, Google has done studies about this, and most people pay attention to the map section if the business that they're looking for or the service they're looking for has a store, like a brick and mortar location that they want to drive to. And that's when people will zero in on the map section. Most home service businesses like yours don't have a location people drive to. Sometimes they do, but usually not. And when they don't, people usually, they know that psychologically, and they skip past the maps. So let's skip past that for now. We could talk about maps later. It's always good to be in maps because it's good to have your name recognition there. But for most home service businesses, it's not really necessary, at least not in the beginning. So as we scroll down, now we're going to see all these directories. We've got Angie's List, Yelp, expertise, all these things. Now, Google also reports that about 70% of searchers skip past the directories. They're looking for actual, real, organic businesses, like DB Home Improvements, things like that. They want to see businesses that have ranked there on their own. They don't want to be confronted with a whole bunch of directories that they have to search through. So, unfortunately, page 1 here is crammed full of directories. So, that means that the individual organic business is going to stand out even more. So, this is a good scenario and a good deal for DB Home Improvements. And a lot of searchers are going to end up going to page 2 in this scenario. So, we can talk about that in a minute. But what I want to show you first is the first thing that Google looks at when trying to rank a business is your title tag. Now, all these blue lines of text are the title tags. The title tag tells Google what that business is about and what the website is about and what it is that they're trying to rank for. So as we look at here, this is the almost the only organic business on page 1. Everything else is a directory, it looks like. So there's a format that Google wants to see for the title tag, and I'm going to tell you what it is. And it reads from left to right, and this is very important. It goes keyword dash location dash business name. Now, DB Home Improvements isn't exactly following that format. They've got the information in there. They've got the keyword interior, exterior remodeling. Those are keywords. They've got Port St. Lucie. They've got the location, and then they have their business name first. So they've got the 3 main components of the title tag in there. They're kind of jumbled up, but they're able to get away with that because compared to everybody else's website, theirs is more dialed in. So Google rates on a curve. You don't have to have the best website in the world to get onto page 1. All you have to do is have a website that's a little bit better than everybody else's in your area for your industry. So I'll speak about that in a little bit. But as we can see, they've got their title tag fairly well dialed in. So let's go to your website, and I'm going to use this scanning tool. And we're going to take a look, and your title tag is First Class Home Remodel. We make it happen. So you've got one of the 3 data points in here. You've got your business name, but I want to show you something. The problem with this is that nobody searching for your services is ever even going to know to use your business name in their search, and there's no other data here that's going to correspond to anybody's search. Now I'm going to show you how critically important it is to get your title tag dialed in. Let's say, I'm going to copy it as is. Let's say someone wanted to use this set of words here. Oops. They wanted to use this as their search. Come on, let's copy it. I'm going to open up this new tab, and I'm going to paste and go. Look at this. Using your current title tag, word for word, as my search keyword, you come up number 1 on page 1 of my new search. So that is how critically important it is to get title tag correct. But as I indicated a minute ago, no one in the world will ever even know to use this string of words as their search. So we need to get that dialed in. It needs to be keyword dash location dash business name. So I would recommend for your title tag to be, for your home page, home remodeling contractors dash Port St. Lucie, Florida, because we're using that as our location for our example, dash first class home remodel. Now, that would cover the title tag. Now, the second thing that Google looks at when trying to rank you is your H1. Now, the H1 is a line of text. It stands for header 1. It's a line of text usually somewhere at the top of the site. And it also contains the same data as the title tag. In fact, the H1 needs to match exactly what you have in your title tag. So as we go down, we see that, first of all, you have more than one H1. Now, Google only can read one H1. If it has more than one, it's going to be confused, and Google, whenever Google gets confused, Google will red flag your website and you won't rise up in the rankings. So right now, we have all these H1s and none of them match your title tag. So what we would do is we would need to use these text fields and only use one as the H1. Find the H1 field in your editing section of your website and change it to match your title tag. When there is a one-to-one correspondence between your title tag and the H1, what that does is it creates a crystal clear channel of communication between your website and Google's algorithm. Now, Google knows precisely what it is that you want to rank for and what your website is about, what that page is about, and your business name, and where you're located. Now Google can begin to direct traffic to you. So once these two things are dialed in, the title tag in the right format, keyword dash location dash business name, with a matching H1, now Google has a crystal clear channel of communication and can begin to direct traffic to your site. Now, eventually what we want to do is we want to create a unique title tag and H1 for each one of your service pages. We are going to mentally treat each one of your service pages as its own individual website. The bathroom remodeling is going to get its own title tag and H1. Same with kitchen remodeling. Same with patio work, hardwood flooring. All of these have fantastic high traffic volume keywords that we can use in the title tag and then do a matching H1 for each one of these. And that way, you're going to have, it's almost going to be like you have 6 or 7 or 8 different websites dedicated to each one of these services. And Google can now start directing traffic to each one of those pages. And some of these are very high traffic volume keywords. Kitchen remodeling has over 10,000 searches a month in your area. Same with bathroom remodeling. Same with hardwood flooring. So it's fantastic room for growth here. Now, this brings me to the third thing that Google looks at when trying to rank a website. And I'm going to go over this real quickly if I can. I'm already over time. So Google wants to see what your backlink profile is. And you probably know what backlinks are. That's when an outside website links to your website. And when that happens, whatever ranking power that outside website has, some of that ranking power is going to flow back to your site and give you more ranking power. So what I did was I took a look at the competitors for home remodeling contractors in your area to see what their backlink profiles look like. First of all, here's yours. First Class Home Remodel, and the domain rating is 0. Now this is on a scale from 0 to 100. And this accounts for about 50% of your overall ranking power. And right now you're at 0. You have 0 backlinks and 0 linking websites. So obviously we're just starting from scratch. So this is where we have to start from. Let's go to the first competitor on page 1 of Google for home remodeling contractors. DB products. I forget what that stands for. Oh, DB Home Improvement. As we can see, their domain rating is a shockingly low 1.9, and they've got 1,200 backlinks. That tells only 47 linking websites. This is not a good ratio. Google sees that and doesn't like that. There's red flags there. They're not. These backlinks are not sending very much ranking power at all to this business's website, but yet they are on page 1. Now, what that tells us is that as far as the backlink profile and the website optimization, the competition level in your area is not very high for ranking. What it's going to take is just a little bit of intelligent optimization of your website and an intelligent campaign of creating backlinks. You're going to be able to easily catch up to and pass this website and take the #1 position on page 1 of Google. Now, the next business for home remodeling contractors, Port St. Lucie, their backlink profile is a shockingly low 0.2. These are hardly better than you, and you're standing at 0. So the competition level is extremely low for this. Now, the same thing is true for these businesses that are also ranking for specific keywords like kitchen remodel and bathroom remodel. The backlink profiles are really low for these companies in the Port St. Lucie area, and it's just really surprising considering that it's such a high population level area. So anyway, I wanted to just give you kind of a lay of the land, a 10,000-foot overview of what's going on, and give you some hope. You got a great website. We just need to optimize it. Just do the last finishing touches on getting those pages optimized and start creating a backlink profile for you that is going to overtake all of these businesses, and I can easily see you dominating page 1 for all of your services. And with the traffic volumes, the traffic search volumes that are happening with those keywords, and in the huge population area that you're living in, and you're located right in the middle of it all, this is such an outstanding opportunity for you to have major, significant growth and enable you to dominate your area for all of your services. So I know this is a lot to lay on you, and I went way over 10 minutes. But if you'd like to know more about this and have me answer all your questions too, the best thing to do would be to have a phone chat about that. So if that would be of interest to you, just reply back to this video, and I'd be happy to set up a time we could just run through some of this information and figure out where you want to go from here. So I hope this is of value to you, and hope to talk to you soon. And take care. Hear back from you soon. Bye now.